Let's talk about me having a kid.
Oh, sorry. Glazed right over that, mate. That's
Let me talk about myself for a second.
Yeah, do it. Take it away.
Look, I named the show after myself. I'm clearly a dick. Dude, yeah, I had a kid. It's intense. First kid. I got married last year with my wife, and yeah. I don't really know what I want to say. I just felt like I had a kid.
Just wanted to share
should probably
this.
share it and mention it and talk about it.
Well, so what are the main differences you're feeling? Are you feeling differences, or is it actual?
As of recording, it's two and a bit weeks old. What is interesting here? I don't know. We both live in Prague in the Czech Republic. My wife's Czech. Your wife's Czech.
Cheers.
I've lived here a while, and I met her, and then I moved here to be with her. And one thing that is really different is we've been together, 9 years almost. One thing that's really different is how they do the hospitals. So I don't know, before we got, to the doctors and kind of went through the pregnancy stuff and all of this, in my mind, if you give birth in the UK, it's kind of like you go in, you give birth, you leave. Or like maybe the next day.
Yes.
Sort of thing. Here, 4 days.
Really?
Yeah. So
wow.
We go in, her water breaks like in the night on Friday night, like 4 o'clock in the Saturday morning, technically, like 4 o'clock in the morning. So we go into the hospital, and we knew this, but the contractions hadn't started or weren't really feeling them
Okay.
yet.
Yeah.
So we quickly gave it a Google, and we were like, okay, if your water breaks and you can't feel the contractions, don't wait. Just go into the hospital to make sure everything's fine.
Yeah.
So go into the hospital. They check everything's fine. It's like 9 o'clock. No, it can't be. It feels like it was a long time. But I was just, because I couldn't go in.
Oh.
Because there's like the ward where it's not because it's where you go before you get put in the area where you're gonna give birth.
Yeah.
Like in a separate room.
Triage or something, like kind of figuring out who's going where.
Whatever it was, but the important thing is there were other women in there who were
Okay.
in the same stage of delivery, and so the husbands or partners can't be in there.
We're all just in the other room panicking.
Well, I was the only one there. It was really empty.
Really?
But there was one other woman who was in there, and I don't know where her husband was. But I couldn't go in because it was it was a
lady
ward rather than a private room. So yeah, then they came out and they were like, yeah, you may as well go home because it's going to be a few more hours until anything happens. I live 5 minutes walk from the hospital.
Okay.
It wasn't like I'm going like a big old drive.
See you later.
So we go in, and then I leave, and I'm just like hanging out at home. I'm like, yeah, I'll just do some work, like hang out. It was kind of weird. And I'll just wait for a call. So at about 3 o'clock, I'm like, you should come now. So I come back, and then there's like the delivery room, and yeah, birth is intense. It's intense. I don't know a better way of describing that. It was an intense experience for me. I cannot imagine this sort of intense experience that this was for my wife. And then we have a baby girl. Anna Whistler is the name.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
It's good. And
I'm so happy for you. This is great. I'm sure the listeners and the viewers will be cheering for you as well. They've been following you for a long time, and this is a great bit of news for everyone. So congratulations.
Yeah, it's dude, it's exciting. And it's a little person. But
isn't that bizarre? You've got a little person now.
Yeah, what I want to say anyway was the amount of time they keep you in the hospital is they want the baby to gain weight.
Okay.
So
is this 4 days after?
So we were...
Okay.
She gave birth on Saturday evening. So it was about, I don't know, 4 a.m., 4:30, 5, I think was about when we went into the hospital. And then I was out. I was out of the hospital because I can't stay there at I think 11:30, 12 that night. And that was like two hours after the birth had happened. And then you get put in a private room.
Yeah.
For like recovery. And yeah, so then that was Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. So 4 nights in the hospital.
That's a long time in hospital.
But it's great.
Yeah.
Like this is so good. And my wife's also like, this is so good because on the first night you can choose whether you want to have the baby there in the room with you or if you want it to go in the ward and the nurses will look after it.
That's good.
And I was like...
So you can get sleep or you can...
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, a lot of people, you'd be like, I want to be with a kid. And I don't know,
Is your wife going to take it?
yeah, I was like, I'm a super logical guy. My wife's not quite as massively right-brained as I am, but fairly, a very logical woman. And she was like, no, I need some sleep.
Huh?
You can look after the kids and then bring it in the next day. Bring it on the phone with my dad the other day. You should stop calling your kid an it. I was like,
no longer an it.
It's weird. It's just it's so weird. It's a very cute blob of shitting and pissing and crying. So that was Thursday. We get out Thursday morning. I go pick her up in the pram and all of this stuff, or Americans call it a stroller. I think
Stroller.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Go home. It's been a week and a half since that, and kid's fairly not fussy, which is nice. We started giving it some vitamin thing, and it doesn't seem to agree with her tummy. So that's been a bit of a problem in the morning.
It's been a learning curve for you. Very quick.
Apparently there's some alternative vitamin you can get that doesn't have something in it that apparently does upset babies' tummies, and she seems to be one of the ones that is. But it's fine. And I don't know, to be fair, it's more on my wife because she has to breastfeed the baby every 4 hours, and I'm just like, okay, I'll make you some tea.
Yeah. Well, okay, so this is actually what I wanted to let you finish your story, and then we'll jump back just because.
Yeah, this is a show about facts.
No, not even.
It isn't.
It's like it started in a really good way for me because my parents are screenwriters and my mum is a midwife. So
I did know that.
There you go.
Yeah.
But she always says that for men, it is almost far more stressful than for women because men during labor can just see the woman that they love in pain because of them, really. Like it's like
I did that to you.
I did that. So it's like it's because of them, and there is absolutely nothing that you can do to help. You're there physically only as support. Like there is nothing you can do.
I didn't find that.
Did you not?
No.
Did you push a little bit as well? You're like push.
All I knew is I'm just in full support mode.
Yeah.
It's like my emotions, my feelings do not matter right now.
Yeah.
All I am is like full support mode. Whatever you need, wife, it's happening.
That's what you're getting.
Yeah. Squeeze my hand, push that baby out. The nurses and doctors in the hospital were fantastic. It was, I wasn't stressed. I was like, and to be fair, there were no complications with the pregnancy. Which is great. You have all of these tests nowadays. It's crazy. Not crazy. It's fantastic. Like, you're like, okay, the baby's facing the right way round. It has no genetic diseases, all of this stuff. And you're like, okay, the chances of something going wrong are fairly low.
Yep.
And so I wasn't, I'm super logical. I know the stats of this going perfectly well are very high. I know all of these things. I'm like, everything's going to be fine. And my wife's also like, this is going to be difficult, but the chances are everything is going to be fine. And it was. And I'm enormously grateful. Healthy baby girl. No problems.
Fantastic. Great.
It's good.
Couldn't ask for anything more than that.